Hello there, and welcome back to another in my series of film reviews, classic films. So, anyway, today is now not really controversial anymore, but at the time when this came out, this film, Straw Dogs by director Sam Pekinpah, was very, very controversial. This is my special edition version. As you can see, it says on the cover, banned for 18 years, now unleashed uncut. So this is the completely uncut version, which I have seen before, but I bought the DVD as well. I thought it was worth a second viewing. So this was actually filmed down in Cornwall, I believe. He's an American director. And he didn't say too much about what was going on or how he was going to cut it together. He just hired a lot of British actors, apart from the obviously main character, or one of two main characters really, who is Dustin Hoffman, who plays this physicist scientist, who's got this young attractive wife, who's played by Susan George, who is from the village where they've gone to live. So the main reason he's gone there is to concentrate on his work. Because of peace and quiet and all that. Anyway, it's very much a commentary on sort of the difference between city life and rural life and the attitudes of people, and very much sort of a nod to sort of the archaic attitudes of rather obscure and sort of remote villages and such like. In particularly, you find in parts of Britain and some other parts of Europe too. But it didn't go down very well, seemingly, with the local people when the film came out. And of course, the film was very famously banned for being extremely violent, and it was actually filmed near Penzance, and the local people around there weren't very, very happy with it at all. It did actually do quite well financially, but the film had a sort of very mixed critical response. Some people regarded it as obscene, and others thought it was sort of a masterpiece. Anyway, it was banned for quite a long time. I'll warn you that it has a particularly nasty and graphic sex scene, which must have been quite unpleasant for Susan George to actually have to act. It looks very visceral and real, and there's an awful lot of violence in the film. It is a classic, though. It is a very intense thriller, if you like, because you don't really know how it's going to end up, and the ending is a bit odd. It leaves it very open-ended in terms of what's going to happen next. There's some interesting themes into it in the film about different ways of life, people's attitudes. It touches on the problem of paedophilia as well. So there's a lot of different strands to this film. It was, as I said, it was in 1971 that it came out, so it was incredibly controversial at the time. It seems a bit sadistic, and it covers sort of vigilantism as well, and sort of violence, and not just sexual violence, but general themes on violence as well. It was immediately banned in the UK. I think in America it didn't have such a reaction. They're a bit more relaxed about that. I think it was banned in Ireland as well, probably some other countries too. So it became a bit of a cult film, but it was released on DVD and VHS, I think, in 2002, and has then been re-released again. And the film was in fact remade in 2011, which I haven't actually seen. That version stars Kate Bosworth and James Marsden. So I don't know if it's any good, to be honest, and I can't really see much point in remaking it anyway, considering the original is such a cult classic. It just seems utterly pointless to redo it. So I would suggest, if you haven't seen either of them, go and see the original, because I doubt very much indeed that the remake can be as good as or better than the original. This is a very common thing where classic films are just redone for slightly more modern audiences, and in my opinion they usually are inferior to the original versions. So anyway, that's just my take on it. So there you go. Dustin Hoffman, there you can see in the photo, he was pretty young when he did this. And it is very dated in some ways. It looks very 1970s. But I mean, that's part of the charm of this film, really, in that it's a window on a kind of vanished world 50 years ago, or more even now, actually. But it's very intense. The way it's filmed, the way it's scripted with lots of silences as well, actually creates more tension and intensity. So if you like sort of violent thrillers, then this is a film for you. So it's not really for the faint-hearted. So if you're very squeamish, or likely to be upset by all the by the sexual violence and the sort of general physical violence, then perhaps give this one a miss. But if that's if you like violent films, then Straw Dogs is certainly going to live up to your expectations in terms of brutality. But it's actually a pretty good story. It's not just all about the violence. So anyway, that'll do. That gives you enough to go on. I don't want to reveal anything of the plot, really, because that'll spoil it. But yeah, it's definitely one to watch if you like that kind of genre, and if you like Dustin Hoffman and films from that era. It's definitely worth checking it out. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please give a like if you found this interesting or useful, and feel free to subscribe to make sure you get to see all my other film reviews as they come online. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.